All right, hey everybody. Welcome to the podcast Passing Time with PSU. And we just want to say hello to all of our listeners, and if you're watching in general. This is our first podcast. This is just something that we wanted to try out um, as like a method to like still reach out to students and still talk to students and the community in general, and just like stay updated with PSU and any current issues. And that's basically like what we're going to be talking about during the podcast and just how we feel about certain things. And so really like the theme of like this episode is like just about the whole COVID-19 situation and talking about remote learning a little bit and accessibility and what this quarantine means for like certain students. Um, and so today I have with me my co-host. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Manuel-Antonio Rodriguez. I'm a senior at Classical High School, and what I do for the PSU is that I'm part of the leadership team. So I just work with other Providence students and like organizing campaigns and things like that. So yeah, um,
Yeah. And I'm Jayson Rodriguez. I'm a junior at the Met High School, and I'm the leadership team director at the Providence Student Union. And again, like I just want to acknowledge that like we're trying this out, and this is our first time. So if it's like weird or toppy or awkward, that like just know that like we're trying this out, and it's all like trial and error. Um, but really, like I just wanted to check in, also like with everybody, but also like ourselves, and see how like we've been doing. Um, so I don't know. I've been doing like good and well. I am like pretty neutral about just like everything that's happening in general. I'm definitely concerned, like with this issue as like a public health issue, and it's definitely a big deal. But it's like hard to focus and like create or understand what narrative I should understand, because it's like some people are like, oh, it's not a big deal. Some people are like, it's a huge deal. And it's, I guess it's like something you kind of have to determine for yourself. And I guess depending on your situation, like what this whole situation means for you, and kind of considering privilege and access when it comes to this situation. Um, but overall, I've been well and have just been reading a lot and just staying connected with PSU through like Zoom meetings and stuff like that, and sleeping a lot. So yeah.
wait, did you read any new books?
Yeah, I've been reading. I've been reading
Uh,
Sula by Toni Morrison and The House on Mingo Street.
mhm.
Um, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I remember reading The House on Maple Street, but or it's like I remember it, but then I remember not reading it, but it
Mm-hmm.
happened to me. So
And wait, in school.
yeah,
Yeah.
way back when. But yeah. Um, how I've been dealing with like this whole coronavirus, like this whole quarantine thing, it's been honestly very weird because it's like on one end, it's like I hate being socially isolated or just being isolated in general, not by choice. One and two, this honestly has been like the better weeks that I've had as of late. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't
No,
know.
yeah, for real.
Yeah, but I just been taking care of myself, like reading, just practicing things that I already have, just keeping taking care of myself, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we can do for now.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of didn't appreciate like being outside a lot. Like I definitely, as a person in general, like I feel like I'm like to be inside and like in my room and like doing things like by myself. But
Yeah.
now I have like now that it's been like super constant, without like going to school and stuff, it's definitely weird. And I definitely want to go back outside and do the normal things that I do. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's
And
not
it's
right.
like as like the weather's getting nice out because now it's spring, so it's like it's annoying me too because imagine if
Yeah,
we were quarantined during the winter.
I know.
That would, oh my god, that would have been insane.
Yeah, but I think it's also interesting to see how like I don't know. I feel like I saw like people talk about it a little bit, but just like how the world has been kind of like cleaning itself since people aren't out as much.
Yeah,
And I feel like I got to see it.
you see that
But
post about like the river in Venice, about
no,
how like because Italy's in quarantine and like after like a week like the river was like absolutely like crystal clear.
oh wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I saw one. Oh, I think I also saw one where like the animals were coming back and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Okay. Um. So we're gonna get into the topic of like remote learning slash like school and how we've been dealing with it as students. And kind of just to introduce remote learning, I kind of looked up a little bit of the history of it, just to kind of understand where it comes from. And so the first recorded incident of distance learning occurred in Boston in 1728. And the term distance education kind of became coined in like 1892. And the first class ever taught through like remote learning on a computer was in 1995 at Penn State University. And the course was called Commentary on Art. And so kind of just give me a background, like, yeah, for people who don't know what remote learning is or people who aren't doing remote learning, it's basically just learning through virtual means. So like that's either like Zoom calls or doing Google Classroom or just getting assignments through any other like virtual like academic source or whatever. And that's not like in person. And so because of COVID-19, that's just something that a lot of schools have been doing, majority of schools have been doing. And it's a super, although it's not a super new process that has been like implemented in the world before, it's just something that's new for like Providence students because we don't do that often. And so, yeah, I don't know, kind of just introducing that topic as a new one, but also something that's been around for a while. And I don't know, like, how do you feel about remote learning in general, Manny?
Um, I mean, it's definitely like a whole new world because like this is really my first time doing anything digital, like effectively in like such a change of pace between taking a commute, going to school, and then doing whatever to just staying at home and then do everything on a computer when I wouldn't really do that at
Mm-hmm.
all. Honestly, it's actually kind of I feel a bit better in a learning environment because I'm like more comfortable in my space. My teachers are more comfortable in their spaces. A lot of our conversations are more like informal.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and also I'm not in a crumbling building, but that's another story.
Period.
But yeah, like just being on like the Zoom call, like I'm talking to my teachers like, oh yeah, how's your morning? You know, are you staying safe? Like things like that. It doesn't like really like mean much, but it helps. Like it builds up to like having a more less stressful experience of like just even doing assignments to um having discussions about like a certain book or even
Mm,
just like pretty much doing anything in like this environment. It feels like it's better for me, even though that I hate looking at a screen and I need to be outside. Like I want to be outside like today because this is probably like the nicest it's been all week.
yeah.
So
No.
like, that's
Yeah.
not to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I guess also I feel the same way. I don't, so since my school is like advisory based, so we have like one classroom and we stay there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And like we get different academic sources through different teachers and also different sources. Like you can go to the community college and like take classes there and stuff. Um, but my school kind of like allows you to be like independent and like kind of like have like a sense of agency. And so to like really have that, because it's like I only wake up and check in with my advisor at like 9:30 on Zoom for attendance. And then the rest of the day like we just have like assignments that are assigned to us. And so to be able to just like get it out the way and do it like on my own time and be in my own space has definitely been more relaxing. And then it's also cool to see that like the people who usually need more like assistance or like have like different learning needs are kind of, they're turning in their work more and also like just able to understand instruction better. And I've been thinking about like what like could this be something that we like implement in the future of education? So like what if you're like absent from school and like they can set up a method where it's like you can do your work from home and like still like be caught up and stuff. And just like I think it's I feel like at first I was like, oh, this is gonna be horrible. It's like a really like bad solution, and yeah, it's super like wonky and stuff because of like technology and like the mishaps and stuff. But I
Yeah.
feel like it's getting better, and also people seem to like it more, but also have like a love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
because I don't, yeah,
nothing can really be perfect with that like love hate relationship. And I honestly do like I side with you with saying like, oh yeah, it probably should be integrated more. But to be honest, I feel like we would have to also look into like certain privileges that people have and don't have. So
right,
how it was like such like a weird setup in the beginning because it was like so like impromptu that it wasn't really like ironed out. But like the day we left, all they did was like give kids Chromebooks and just expect them to be fine when
mm-hmm.
there might be like some kids that don't have internet or and like if they don't have internet then they have to like go to like a different space and be at risk of that or even
Yeah,
just like not being in a safe environment at home or not having food at home and things like that. So I feel like we probably have to like look more into those things before like that could be like more of an option. I feel
yeah,
like
I definitely agree with you 100%.
yeah,
And that was also something I was concerned, like just like excessive and I ride like the Rhode Island Department of Education has like put out resources and like just try their best. Also, I feel like I haven't heard them reach out as much. Um, I don't know, like yeah, just like that in general. And I was also curious how lunch was gonna work because like for the people who needed to go to like the grab and go places, like how would that work with like your schedule with virtual learning? But I heard that they give you like 2 hours or something, so like you
yeah,
have the ability to possibly go over there. Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, but like the 2 hours we have like 2 hour lunch period, but they do it as in like a weird instance. It's like from 11 to 1. But to do that for like our class periods, we have like 15 minutes of the fourth period, and then we have a 2 hour break, and then like 30 minutes after that, that's also fourth period.
Mhm.
40 minutes actually, my fault. But like for like my fourth period teacher for this week, like it kind of just like messes up with like him like trying to like instruct in like his style. So other than that,
Mhm. Do you still is Costco still doing rotating schedules?
yeah, but they do it weekly. So next week, that's what I'm gonna experience. It.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a concern what to talk about. Oh, oh wait, hold on. I'm getting a call.
Oh my
Hold
god.
on. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm still good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's so good. It's so
Cool.
good.
Um, but what was it? Oh, I also something I want people to like think about also like the Department of Education to talk about more. It's just like um why like what this means for students who don't learn well virtually, and like what support systems are they putting out for students who need physical like one-on-one like physical contact with their teachers and just like actual visual learning.
Yeah.
um and kind of just I want to see that be implemented, talked about more, and hopefully like someone from there watches this and starts thinking about that.
Yeah.
um but that's pretty much it. Again, like overall, it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world, and definitely um, is like 50-50, but seems to be more positive with students. I feel like But I totally understand how it can be like stressful sometimes and like super inaccessible. And also to the people with like loud houses like me and houses, houses with siblings, like my heart goes out to you. And like if I don't know if you need any support with that, of course, like reach out to PSU, because we are here for you. And yeah, that's also something hella real. Like people have people to take care of, and like I don't know, yeah.
Then just earlier, I was in my ethnic studies class, and then one of my classmates was doing a presentation. I have a toddler, and he unmuted the computer and ranting about Hot Wheels, I think, I don't know.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
But yeah, like things like that, like. And then like other days I'll have like my mom yelling like in Spanish, just like
yeah. Even like yesterday when we were like doing the run through for this, when my mom like came in and she was like talking to you, trying to say hi. That was hella funny.
You look like
okay. But yeah, we also want to encourage the audience to like leave any comments. So wherever you see this, the best way to reach out through that platform, please comment below, like, and how remote learning is going for you, or what you think about remote learning in general. If you're like an educator, a principal, or just another student, and how you feel about it. And reach out if you need any support from PSU, because we have resources and can guide you to the right places to help you be successful with this super like complicated new method of learning. And yeah, I don't know. The next thing we wanted to get into was kind of talking about like what this means for seniors, because it's something that's like been talked about a lot also by students, and something that you're facing, Manny, because you're a senior. And like I guess like I would want to hear like talk about that a little more, like what that means for you, or like what this whole situation means for you in terms of like graduation and prom, and how you feel about it in general, if you even care.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of just like iffy. I don't know. I've been having like discussions with like my other classmates talking about it, but honestly, like I'm just like still weird to like how would this like translate towards like grades and graduation and just like the college process and like transitioning to that, because I got accepted into college out of state, and then I was planning to move out of state for next year. And now after all like seeing what's going on in the news and seeing the quarantine and how that's unfolding, and now we're in quarantine, um like it's honestly like changed my perception about like what I really want to do a little bit. I'm even questioning like wow, if I know it's kind of just like an over exaggeration about what's really happening, but it's still a serious issue, and it's made me question like certain things that I want to do in my life prior to it, so now I might have to adjust that. But yeah, like other seniors talking about like, oh, we're gonna have prom on like The Sims or something. Or just have like a virtual graduation, press spacebar to get your diploma. It was just like things like that where it's like we're even missing out on like our quote unquote cliche scene like high school experience by missing out on the best perks of being a senior. You know, so things like that suck, but still trying to see how this plays out. Hopefully it's for the better, you know. But
I definitely hope it works out. Like as someone who's not a senior, but like going into my senior year, and like I don't know, my SATs and ACTs got canceled, and like I was thinking about applying like a college, in like the fall, so it kind of just like I don't know, it's I'm in the air about like what that means for like me like sending my test scores, or like if there will be a test day where I can successfully like take the test and like get the score that I want. But like I think about this in terms also of like people who definitely were looking forward to graduation and what that means for like first generation students or people to be the first in their family to like graduate high school. Because although it is just like a ceremony and things like that, for me it would be super meaningful. Also someone who's like first gen, like I think that it's just something that would be super important. I'm not the first. I wouldn't be the first person to like graduate high school in my family, but just being like going through such a like hard system, like someone who has been in the province public schools for like 10 years before going to the Met, it was definitely like probably like one of the worst experiences that I've like felt, and still like have a lot of trauma because of it. And so to like finally reach like the point where like I'm out of the system, even though I'm not in it like anymore, like to know that like I don't have to, I'm outside of it and also can like have more power to change it, even though I still change it now. Like I just know that it would like mean a lot for me to graduate and things like that.
And even then, I was talking to about with my teachers, like I guess like graduation, as you said, is just like a ceremony. It's not really that much, but it's like an opportunity for like people to come together. It's an opportunity for like you to see family that you rarely see at all because they're proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Want to experience that moment with you. Even like almost like I'm first gen with college. I'm not first gen with high school, but still having that experience of just celebrating with my family that came over here from New York, is something that I would really love to take pride in, but I'm concerned that I'm right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. And graduations are usually in June, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I hope that things get better by then. And it's really like, I don't know. It's really
Yeah.
unpredictable right now. So
Yeah.
um, yeah. But again, like if you have any feelings about this, if you're a senior or a junior, or kind of just in general, like again, like tell us if you want to talk about this, or if you want us to talk about this more, bring more seniors onto the show and have like a whole episode about that. Or yeah, also like if you want to do like a senior panel, like we as PSU can like put that together and have like a platform for you to talk about that. So again, like just comment below if you would like to see that or want to be a part of it.
Yeah. And also be sure to follow on social media. So on Instagram, we're PVD Student Union.
Yep.
Facebook is just Providence Student Union. I think we also have a Twitter as well and a YouTube where this is being uploaded with similar names. Yeah, as Jayson said, we're definitely going to be doing more of these, and we definitely want to have like more Providence student guests on here to like give like their piece about like certain issues that we're going to talk about. So yeah, comment below, um, hit us up directly, things like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so that was really like all we had to really talk about today. But again, like Manny said, follow us on social media to keep up with anything that we do. And my email is jason@pvdstudentunion.org if that's your like method of communication, Manny.
Mine's is Manuel at pbdstudentunion.org. Same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, again, any questions, reach out to us. Like the questions can literally range from like, Manny, what college are you going to? Or Jayson, what do you want to do after high school? Or do y'all have any tips for like online studying / success with online school? Again, reach out to us because that's what we're here for. And also reach out if you want to be on the show because we're totally open to that and can totally set that up. And that's like our goal, to have more students on here and just have more student opinion, student voice at the forefront of like media and just like speaking in general. So yeah, I hope that this podcast was enjoyable and that we talked about things and talked about things that were important and just like, I don't know, hope you had a good time in general.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have anything to say, Manny, but
Wait, what's the name of it? What is it? Hashtag this ain't Google Classroom.
this is the name of the episode. This ain't Google Classroom. But yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah.
cool.
Thank you guys
Well,
for tuning in.
yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. And we'll see you with the next episode if we decide that this is something that we like and want to keep doing. And I feel like it is. So we'll definitely see you next time. And thanks for tuning in. Bye, y'all.
Mm.